Well, hello and welcome to the Modern Yin podcast. I'm your host, Kimberley Roberts of SolefulYin, and I am so glad you're here. I want to take a moment to help you understand what this space is all about, especially if you're new here, and how this podcast can support you. This podcast is really geared for busy women, especially over the age of 40, who feel like they're constantly on the go, taking care of everything and everyone, but you know what? Not taking care of themselves. And over time, that can start to look like feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, tense, tired, but wired, or just disconnected. What I share here is a different approach. Instead of pushing harder or doing more, we focus on slowing down, supporting your nervous system, and creating a sense of safety in your body. Because here's the thing, when your body feels safe, everything starts to shift. Your energy improves, your mind becomes clear, your body softens, and you begin to feel more like yourself again. Inside this podcast, you'll find simple practices using yin yoga, acupressure, reflexology, breath work, mindfulness. These are all designed to fit into what I call real life, even when you only have a couple of minutes. And if you're looking for more support, you can come and join me inside my Patreon. That's where I share full yin yoga classes, guided practices for emotional support, nervous system resets, and even nourishing recipes to support your overall well-being. It's really a space where you can go deeper at your own pace and in a way that feels supportive, not overwhelming. So whether you're listening while walking, resting, or just taking a moment for yourself, I'm so glad you're here because you've landed in the right place. Take a deep breath, let those shoulders soften, and let's begin. All right, friends, let's talk about something that is really fascinating. Well, it's fascinating to me, and I'm pretty sure after you listen to this episode, it's going to be fascinating for you too. The connection between food and nervous system regulation. Yeah. Can I be honest here for a second? For a long time, I had no idea there was any connection at all. I was like, well, okay, I know that food affects like my digestion and my energy levels, but like my nervous system? No. But it does. And that's what I want to talk about today. So when we talk about nervous system regulation, honestly, including myself, most people think of it like, well, that means breath work, meditation, movement. But you know what? Nobody's talking about food. And I'm not talking about food in a restrictive or complicated way. I'm actually talking about it in a foundational way. Because you know that expression, you are what you eat? But you know what? You are what you eat, but it doesn't just affect your body. It affects your nervous system. And the thing is that your body needs safety through nourishment. The nervous system is always asking, am I safe? Am I safe? That is the basic role of the nervous system. Am I safe? I'm not? Oh, okay. Need to be in sympathetic flight or fright state. I'm safe? Yeah. Okay. Chill, rest and repair, parasympathetic state. But one of the most basic signals of safety is consistent nourishment. Okay? Because if the body is underfed, blood sugar becomes unstable. If meals are skipped, the nervous system reads that as stress. If you're eating crap processed foods all the time, your adrenals aren't going to be happy about that because they're going to be pumping up a whole lot of extra cortisol to calm your digestive system the F down. But you know what? Even if your life looks calm on the outside, what's happening on the inside where you can't see? So I want to talk about your blood sugar and regulation. Now, before I discuss this, I want to put in a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. So if you have concerns with blood sugar regulation, if you are diabetic, you want to make sure that you're always checking in with your healthcare provider before you make any kind of changes at all, okay? But I'm talking basic level here, blood sugar and nervous system regulation. So here's the basics of what happens. When your blood sugar spikes and crashes, your body releases stress hormones. Your cortisol levels rise, adrenaline increases, and suddenly you can feel anxious, shaky, irritable, overwhelmed. And it's not because something is wrong with you emotionally. It's because your physiology has changed. It's shifted. Okay? And that's really important because people just often think, oh, you know what? I'm bloated, I'm congested. I ate this and it was just too much. No big deal. My body will digest it. But it's so much more. People are forgetting about what's happening to the nervous system. And I want to tie all of this in with traditional Chinese medicine. So TCM perspective, okay? Because this is super important. In TCM, the spleen and the stomach systems are paired together, and they are central to your energy, your digestion, your emotional clarity, your emotional stability, your mental clarity. So when these systems are supported, you feel grounded, clear, you feel stable. But when they're not, you're going to feel kind of foggy, tired, worried, dysregulated. And food becomes a daily way to support or disrupt that balance. I'm going to say that again. Let it land. Food becomes a daily way to support and disrupt balance. Now, we're not talking about trying to eat for perfection here, okay? We're talking about eating for regulation. There's no rules per se. Again, we're not trying to land this perfectly, but we're looking at basic principles like warm, nourishing foods, okay? Especially in TCM, warm is expanding. Cold is contracting, okay? And we don't want to contract, we want to expand. So we want warm, nourishing foods, soups, curries, stews. Even if you're eating like salads and stuff, eat them at room temperature, okay? Regular meals. That means no skipping meals, regular meals. Protein and fiber in every meal. And here's a big one. Slowing down while you're eating. No more hoovering your food while you're scrolling through Instagram or watching television. Because even the way that you eat matters. When you eat rushed, it's a stress signal in your body. Because all of a sudden your body's like, whoa, I just got a dump of all this food all at once. Woof, okay, I got to hurry to process all of this. And again, cortisol rises and adrenaline rushes through the body because the body feels like it's stressed. When you eat slowly, mindfully, like don't you remember when you were a kid, your parents would say, chew your food, slow down, put your fork down between bites. There's a reason, because slow eating equals safety in the body. Okay? Slow eating equals safety. Rushed eating equals stress. Scrolling on your phone while eating equals stress. Sitting in front of the TV and eating equals stress. Sitting at the table, eating your food slowly, putting your fork down between bites, You know what? Sometimes I even close my eyes when I eat. It really gives a very different sensory experience. And quite frankly, your food tastes better because you're not using your eyes. You're really using, your inner mouth senses. And it's just like, it just turns up the yum factor when you're eating. Okay? So if you know me, I'm all about Modern Yin. So I want to talk and tie in about what is the Modern Yin perspective on all of this. Because food is not just fuel. It's communication. Every meal that you eat tells your body we're either safe or we're under pressure. It's one or the other. It's not both. And regulation is built in small, consistent moments. I want to repeat that again because people often think, oh, if I just, do this practice for 1 hour a week, I'm regulated. Or if I just eat this one meal really slow and I take my time and it's a really good meal and it's not processed, I'm good to go. No. Regulation is built in small, consistent, repetitive moments. It's like you want defined biceps, you don't just pick up the weights once. You got to do it regularly. And food is honestly one of the most frequent opportunities you have every day to regulate your nervous system. Is that not wild? And honestly, so freaking simple. If your day is so busy that you can't sit and spend 5 minutes doing breath work, at least sit down at the dinner table and eat your food slowly and mindfully. Chew until it's literally liquid. Okay? So inside the work that I do on my Patreon, we don't just separate practice from lifestyle because it doesn't work that way. I love to incorporate yin yoga, breath work, acupressure, reflexology, meditation, and nourishment all together because they literally do work all together. Because your nervous system responds to the whole picture. And you don't need to try and control it all. You just need to support your body consistently. I want to say that again. It's consistency that matters here. And sometimes the most powerful shifts come from the simplest of places. This is my Modern Yin. This is where I say that stillness does the work. And it's something that I've really been exploring more deeply inside my Patreon space. Healthy recipes, nervous system regulation, practices like yin, breath work, acupressure, and reflexology. Because inside my Patreon, you get all of that. You can practice with me in so many different ways. You can listen to my podcast episodes. You can get supportive, nourishing recipes. You can relax. You can focus. You can breathe. You can decompress. And it's all about creating a rhythm that supports your nervous system consistently. And if that's something you're like, you know what, I really need that right now, you're welcome to come and join me there on my Patreon. I will link it all in the show notes for you. If today's episode supported you in any way, the next best step is to come practice with me. Inside my Patreon, I share simple yin yoga, acupressure, reflexology, and nervous system practices designed for busy women who want to feel calm, grounded, and back in their bodies without needing a ton of time. You'll also find full classes, guided practices, and even nourishing recipes to support your well-being. Until next time, take a deep breath, slow things down, and take care of you. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for pressing play today.